Today I'm comparing both of these drones. This is the Skyrover S1 against the Potensic Atom 2. Now both of these drones are very similar, same size, same category, and same type of user. And honestly, the main differences between them don't really matter much. The ones that do actually change the whole entire experience. Let's go ahead and start. So this isn't about which one is better overall. It's about where they feel different and, more importantly, which differences actually affect how you fly. So let's go ahead and start the comparison. Let's begin with the video quality, because on paper both shoot 4K and most people would assume that they're basically the same, but the difference is in the frame rate. Skyrover shoots 4K at 60 frames per second, and the Potensic Atom 2 shoots at 4K at 30 frames per second. And this is one of those differences that you don't really notice until you actually use it with the Skyrover. Motion looks smoother, especially when you're flying or tracking movement. And with the Atom 2, it still looks good, but it just feels more like a standard footage. So I think if you're going to be recording casually, it doesn't matter much. But if you care about the smooth motion and want more flexibility in editing, I think this is going to be very noticeable. Now, where things start to separate a little bit more is the flight confidence, because the Skyrover has the forward obstacle avoidance, as the Atom 2 doesn't really rely the same way. The Skyrover, you can just fly with less hesitation. You're not constantly second-guessing the movement, but with the Atom 2, you're more aware of the surroundings, which isn't a bad thing, but it requires more attention. Next is the flight time, because both drones have a good battery life, but the Skyrover stretches it further with longer flight time per battery and more total time if you're using multiple batteries. So this doesn't change how the drone performs, but it changes how you use it, and you're not just rushing the shots, you're not planning around the battery swaps, you simply just fly it and stay in the air longer. Up next is the transmission, because both give you a solid live feed. The Skyrover runs at higher frame rate, and the difference is very subtle, but it affects how smooth the live view looks, and that actually helps you control it better because what you see feels more responsive. Now let's talk controls and simplicity, because this is where the biggest difference shows up, not in specs, but in how they're designed to be used. And in my personal opinion, I think the Potensic Atom 2 remote controller is just very convenient because of the fact that it already has a built-in screen. So I don't have to plug in my phone, and Potensic Atom 2 gives you more tools like the AI tracking, creative modes, and more control over the shots. The Skyrover focuses on simplicity like the Smart Go, the preset movements, and less setup overall. So this would just come down to preference and not performance. Now that has recently changed with the brand new introduction of the screen controller combo with the Skyrover S1. They just recently released it, so this was absolutely the most convenient way to do it. The only thing that was missing in the controller was the actual convenience of just not having to plug in your phone and have the built-in screen. And so now that's available, I don't think there is much to compare here. We can clearly tell which one is the winner. And after using both, I think most differences don't really matter. They both fly well, both shoot great footage, and both do their job very well. But the ones that do matter are like smoother video on the Skyrover, more confidence while flying, longer usable flight time, and simplicity versus control. So which one should you pick? I think you should go with the Skyrover if you want the smoother footage, you prefer the easier flying experience, and you don't want to think too much while shooting, but go with the Atom 2 if you want more creative control, you like experimenting with features, and you prefer the built-in one controller setup. So ultimately, the decision is up to you, because both are very good drones, and the fact that they just recently released the brand new built-in screen controller, I think this solves a lot of the issues of inconvenience and already has everything that you need in a drone. So these aren't completely different drones, these are variations of the same idea, but the small differences are what decide which one fits you better. Now, one thing beyond the specs that I really like about the S1 is the fact that it has a 30-day replacement policy, just in case if something goes wrong early on. That way, you won't feel stuck. So if you are trying to choose between these two, you should definitely focus on how you want to use it, and that's what actually makes the difference. So if you are interested, I'm going to leave the links down in the description below. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Which one would you choose and why? Stay tuned for more content, like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.